Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me for an episode of Paranormal Brew. I'm your host, Taryn. Every Wednesdays, well, it has been every Wednesday for the last 2016. So what is this? We're going on 2025. So 2016, 2025, what is that? Oh, my math is so bad. But anyway, 8-9 years. Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, with a special guest every night. However, tonight I don't have one, and it's just me. I haven't done this in a really, really long time, just me. So I wanted to just do it for a little bit. I don't know if I'll be on for a whole entire hour, but I just wanted to come on and chat with everybody and kind of, talk about ghosties and current events and the paranormal and all that good stuff. Now let me say hi to Yvette. Yvette, she's amazing. I love her. I love you, Yvette, for so many reasons. She runs a page called Paranormal Brew Fans. I think she runs Sherry D. Benedetti's fan page as well. Probably some others that I don't even know about, but she's an awesome little page manager, and she's always there to help out whenever I need her with stuff. So I appreciate her very much. Hi, Alex. How are you? Good evening. Wolf, how are you? Good to see you guys. Hi, Farmer. How are you doing? So I didn't have a show last week, and I just wanted to come on and talk to people because, some of you might not even know, over the last, the course of 2, 3 years, I was involved with a lot of bad drama, and, it kind of it started to diminish my passion a little bit for the paranormal field. And I mean, over the course of 8-9 years, I have had on some of the best people on this show. So many different guests, so many different beliefs, and, so many, they're just, I mean, I'm so thankful and so appreciative of all the years that I had to do this, because I absolutely love doing Paranormal Brew. I love this. I love seeing the people every week. I love seeing everybody that watches faithfully and comes on. Kind of keeps us all connected. I don't care if I have 3 people watching, 1 person watching, 25 people watching. I love that, having that connection of with people that have the similar beliefs and similar, whatever. You tune in because you like the show, and I appreciate it, every single one of you. Again, I've had some of the most awesome people on the show. I'm not saying that I'm stopping Paranormal Brew, but, going back to what I originally started to say was, I've been involved with a lot of stuff, and, unprovoked, unnecessary, but that has kind of um, ruined a lot of the trust I have in the field and this and that. And so it's hard for me to accept friend requests. It's hard for me to network. Therefore, I mean, things are okay now, and I'm thankful for that. My life doesn't have that stress in it anymore. So that's good. But the quote unquote PTSD from it is ever so lingering. And it's a shame that happened. And in that course, I found myself kind of, you know, gravitating more towards the debunking community. Um, Truth or Demons podcast, Fear the Living podcast. You have Side Eye Guy, you have Beardo, you have The Shape, you have all these like awesome people in that community. And really, I mean, they work together. It's really nice seeing. Now, granted, I'm sure there's underlining drama here and there, but watching these people, they're always very, oh, well, SEG is going on at this time, so I'm not going to go on here. It's just the community is very different than the paranormal community. And the people that I have surrounded myself in that debunking community are people that actually do research and they actually do deep diving. They're professional about what they do. And, you know, it's, so it's become another space for me that actually I enjoy. It's hard. I know. I love it. Sorry. It might be my hat now. Sorry, babe. um, but it's really really hard to I have my friends that I now have in the paranormal field, and I really don't want to go outside those circles. um so I just it seems that I remember when I was like 2 months ahead on my schedule with Paranormal Brew, and I'd be stressing out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out. I'm going to run out of time to get guests on, and I'm going to run out of time to, but, um, you know, I didn't have a guest last week, and nor did I try to get one, which is weird. It's odd for me, because like, again, like I said, Paranormal Brew is my baby. It's my pet, I love doing this. But and then this week I didn't have a guest, but I say, you know what? I'm just going to go live and I'm going to talk about it. I'm just going to talk about, what I'm going through, you know what I mean? And I mean, I always have a guest on and we always talk about cool and interesting stuff, you know what I mean? But, this is something that I'm struggling with, to find, that motivation and, that passion, or that drive. I'll never lose my passion, but that drive to um, continue, if you will. I don't want to stop doing Paranormal Brew at all. So if anybody watching has any guest um, suggestions, I would love just shoot me a message and let me know if there's somebody that you would love to see on. I mean, I can't guarantee that I can, get them on my show, but I can certainly try. So on to other stuff. Unless anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer anything. This past weekend, the Paranormal Peaches, we hosted a doubleheader at Bird Mansion in Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. It's a Birdsboro Community Center. Most of you know I love going there. It's where my dad lived and grew up. It is the best little town with some of the most amazing historical sites that you can think of. I know if you've watched my show, I mean, Abraham Lincoln's great great grandfather built a house there. It's still there, it's standing. Daniel Boone Homestead is right around the corner. Hopewell Furnace, which is just much like, a mill community, where there was, the house, the big mansion, and then you had all the workers housing, and then you had the mills, and you had this. I mean, just a working community. I mean, it's such a cool little place. And then you have Bird Mansion, constructed in 1751. Um, this building has had stuff added onto it, and me and the Peaches have investigated it several times. Um, um, we definitely um, had a lot of fun. So Friday night was a kids investigation. It was so fun. The kids were amazing. We had 8-year olds all the way up to, I think the oldest was 16. My niece was there. She's getting into the paranormal, and I love that. And I love that for her. I call her my peach pit. So she came along, and I got to tell you, the activity at Bird Mansion with the children, like Friday night, was so much more active than um, Saturday night. Now, Saturday night, we still did get stuff, but Friday night, it was crazy. Let me see here. Christopher, Skylar B. Parakeet, and I loved seeing the junior investigation you all did. We were bummed we couldn't get out to it. Hopefully next time. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be so awesome. Would love to have you. It's really a fun time. I mean, the kids in the beginning, you can tell they're very they were a little shy. Um, there's probably one or two that weren't shy. And then by the end of it, or in the middle, they all got confident and they were asking questions, and it's crazy how you get so wrapped up in what you do, when you're investigating all the time, and then you bring in these kids that are ages 8 to 16, and they're asking some questions where you're like, I got to write that down. That's a great question. Oh my gosh, because they're so innocent. They don't realize it. So they're asking like all these amazing questions, like, and me and the Peaches were just like, that's a good question. Oh my gosh, that's a good question. You're gonna be a great ghost hunter. You're gonna be a great ghost hunter, right? And the adults that came with them were just as into it as the kids were. Um, I absolutely loved it, and I would do it. I would do that more than a normal ghost hunt. I mean, investigating with kids that are into it like that and just so curious. It was awesome. I had such a good experience. I think I can speak for the other Peaches that they did too. They just absolutely loved it. We did a lot of EVPs, and then we would do EVP bursts, and we'd listen back, and we were hearing responses, and surprisingly, the kids did not get scared. They were more curious, and I was so happy about that because we were playing back our recordings, and you could actually hear anomalies on the recordings, voices and answers. There was a couple of times we heard a disembodied voice, and we rewound it, and um, it was on the recorder, and we were able to pick up what it said. I mean, it was awesome. And then by the end of it, they were kind of punch drunk, right? So we chose to do the time 6 to 10. We thought that was safe, right? But by 9:45, and we were, in the last place where we were going to investigate, cutest questions start coming out, but they were funny. You know what I mean? Like the 2 8-year-olds, and it's like, did you die naked? And I mean, honestly, that's a good question. Okay, all right. And then the other little kid said, did they see your BUTT? Spelled it out. And I just started laughing. And the dad was like, Tyler, like yelled at him a little bit. And he said, what? I spelled it. I didn't say it, and everybody starts laughing. So at that time, you kind of know to wrap it up. And we asked if they had any questions, and, and it was such a cool, fun thing to do. So if you have kids and you live in the PA area, next year we'll be doing it again. So keep an eye out for that because that was probably fun. So then Saturday we went around town and running amok around town. And then Saturday night was the kids ghost hunt, or I'm sorry, the adults, and that was from 8 to 12. Um, it was a little bit more quiet, unfortunately. You hate that for the people that paid to come to, hopefully experience. We did experience some stuff, but it wasn't like what it was with the kids. I mean, their energy just like, oh, like, added fuel, and it was great. Um, We had a lot of fun. Bird Mansion is definitely. Let me see what Alex said. I'm sorry. They have no preconceived notions about the paranormal. Children, yes, you're right. Right, they really don't. Um, they have stuff. They really do, and it's so innocent. Like, I mean, it's just amazing to watch them. They wanted to learn about the equipment. They wanted to learn, about, they were asking questions. It was such a good time. And Bird Mansion is such an innocent place too. There's nothing bad there. There's nothing negative there. So it's a really good place, and I feel very comfortable having kids there. You know. Um, so I also wanted to talk about. So we're going to. So the Peaches are having a girl weekend next weekend, which is going to be great. We're going to be at Foxwood Casino, and we're going to be living it up, having a girl weekend. Um, Looking forward to that. Just relaxing. But I want to talk a little bit about the Conjuring, GoFundMe. It's over 160 right now, and I think it's just amazing what Jay is doing, what the community is doing. Going back to what I originally was talking about with how, I'm struggling with, the aftermaths of getting out of this like drama tornado that I couldn't get out of, finally out of it. Um, you know, Seeing all the people come together under that kind of gave me a little of like little fire inside of me a little bit. Like it kind of gave me a little bit of hope that okay, and I felt like this little tingle, like okay, I feel my passion a little bit. Like I feel like this is great. Like seeing all in the midst of all of the negativity out there, this just feels like such a positive thing. Um, Seeing somebody work this hard, to bring is he's not like he's working hard to bring the community together. He's working hard to honor a friend's request and, take on a project that he never intended on taking on, never could have imagined. If somebody would have said to me, I bet you $1 million Jay Halls is gonna try to own the Conjuring House, I would have been like, okay, never would have seen it coming. But I mean, if I didn't have respect for this man prior to this, it just skyrocketed through the roof. Um, because I respect him. Like he reminds me a lot of my father as a parent, how he is with his children. He In the paranormal, I look up to him as somebody that I grew up watching, and somebody that I really believe that he is not a faker. He's not a bullshitter. I truly believe that. Um, and so I respect his opinion on all fronts of the paranormal. And then seeing and meeting him and knowing him and becoming friends with him, it's like, you really hope that person that you look up to isn't going to be an asshole. And he's the total opposite with people. I've had the pleasure of working alongside of them at the Paracons and everything, and seeing them with their fans. It's it's so inspiring. It's so like, you love seeing it because they have fans of all ages, about 4 years old on up, and it's so cool to see it. Seeing the little kids doing on to the necks and fist bumping with Jay, Um, so anyway, I just want to say that regardless of how you feel about any factor in this whole story, how you feel about the Conjuring House, how you feel about who's been to the Conjuring House, how you feel about Andrea, how you feel about, one thing's for sure, that this is a movement almost. It's more than a GoFundMe, seeing all these people come together. And I can't say it enough when I watch Jay's lives and everything like that. Like, you know, if you can't donate, at least share it. Share the GoFundMe out. It helps. It really, really helps. Um, but if you can donate, even if it's $5, any little bit helps. Um, you know, I really believe in what he's doing, which is why I'm taking the time to talk about it. I believe in this. There's a whole bunch of stuff going around. Please ignore the negative that's coming out of this thing because it's really positive. It's nice to be a part of something positive, and going for preservation. So he's doing this for one of his friends, and to me that's so stand up, like. So anyway, um, you can watch there's other GoFundMe out there for the Conjuring House. That's not Jay's. When you click on Jay's, you can see his video right there, his first video. I've seen a couple of them out there that aren't going to refund your money. And it says it right there in the GoFundMe. So make sure you read what you're donating to. There is one out there. It's a female that runs it, and I think it's Nikki Baber or Barber or something like that. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't remember her last name, but she puts it on there so you know what you're donating to, but she's taking money to save the Conjuring House, although the money will not be refunded. She said it will go towards her future ghost hunts and preservations and stuff. So, her ghost hunt, because the money that she uses to ghost hunts with, I can't talk, goes towards preservation of the property she's ghost hunting at. So that money will not be refunded. So just be careful. Jay said that if this falls through, everybody's money will be refunded. So just, if you can do it, if not, just share it out. Yeah. He's doing an amazing thing. Hey, Tim. I'm going to read a couple comments. Alex, too much negativity out there. That's why I appreciate our conversation not long ago. Yeah. They're real. And it's everywhere, and it's within every type of, it's Facebook and social media. It's the paranormal community. It's the political community, like political stuff. Like, I'm just so over all of it. Ugh. Like, I just want to live my life and be happy and be able to, be who I want to be and not be judged for it, and it's just tough. It's tough today to exist as a person because you're judged on every single little thing you say and do. Hi, Jing. So it's really tough, and you have to be careful. You have to. Oh, here's one of my trusted loves. Hi, babe. Kristen, how are you? Love this girl. Also, a Jing, checking in from Indonesia, all the way in Indonesia. I have to say, I love her too. She's like a sister to me at this point. So I've never met her. I hope to one day, but she feels like a sister to me. I absolutely adore her. Yeah, burnt out over social media for sure. It's crazy. I go on there. I do happy birthdays to people. I share my Good Morning America. Lately I have been a little bit more voiceful with the political stuff. I don't like to get into the political debates with anybody. But because it's such a dreadful time. I remember the days where nobody talked about it. You didn't talk, like, I didn't know anybody in my family who they voted for. Like, it was a secret. Like, nobody knew who anybody voted for or anything like that. And now it's just as like there's nothing sacred about it anymore. Like, you can't keep anything, it's like, it's just like, for me, being in the medical field my whole life, telling your medical history to people is a HIPAA violation, right? So, but then they come out with COVID, and you got to tell everybody that if you've gotten a vaccine or not. Like I don't go up to you and be like, "Hey, did you get blood work for AIDS lately?" You know what I mean? But I need to tell you if I have a vaccine or not, and if I don't tell you, I can't come in. Like, to me, that's foreign. You know what I mean? So like things have just been so much more exposed. Like your personal has just been so more exposed. Um, yeah, farmer, I agree with you. People judge you for everything you say and do, even actions. Yep, it's so true. I mean, I'm a good person. You know what I mean? Like just because oh, I'm a good person. Just because I have voted for a certain person, or I feel a certain way about how I've lived life for the last 47 years, and then all of a sudden there's all this change happening, or, you know, it doesn't make me a bad person. I don't abuse or neglect animals. I don't commit murder. I don't steal. I'm a law abiding citizen, and you know, I don't think that should be, my political views, or, things that I think or how I feel should be a way to judge my character. But unfortunately, we live in that type of a world today. Um, and go, I went down like, woo! I went down. I don't like talking politics. I know. I know. I don't like talking politics. It's tough. I wish we could all talk about politics, but we can't. we just can't do it. Um, yeah, you're an American. Unfortunately, that's not the right. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's so baffling to me. Um, you know, I Werner. It's Woo Wednesday. um, I am. I believe that we should have the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, and it be in the beginning of school, because that's what I did every morning before school. Before we started classes, we stood up, we put our hands on our heart, and we said the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I feel like that's honoring our military, and the people who have fought for our freedoms. You know what I mean? To me, I am so grateful for the people that choose to go into the military and you know keep our freedoms free. So for me, the biggest thing is I believe you should stand when the national anthem is being played. I you respect the flag, for sure. And appreciate the country you live in. That's all. I mean, I believe in those things, and why that makes me, in some people's eyes, a racist or a bad person, I have no idea, but I'm not. um, I have friends of all ethnicities and colors and races, religions, and you know, I just have a belief that I grew up in a household that believed in that stuff. And not all police are bad. There are bad people in all professions, but not all police are bad. I grew up in a I'm a police. I have a police family. My brothers, my father, uncles, friends. I grew up around police, and they're pretty good people. So anyway, I don't know why I keep going down this rabbit hole. So yeah. So I've oh thank you for your service. I put that up every day for you, and for all of those that are active military duty, those that are veterans, and for those that we have lost fighting for our freedom, or even just not fighting. You know what I mean? Whatever, who have died in the military. Um, I'm so late to the game. I'm sorry. I was having a blast on the Peaches chat. I forgot. It's okay. You're here. My Peaches are here. Nice hat. Yes, it's Rob's, but I think I'm gonna own it. Fits me better. Um, so what was I saying? So the last couple of nights I haven't been able to sleep. And when I can't sleep, my brain just goes all over the place. And so I started thinking questions about this, and maybe people have the answer. How did we come up with the colors for Halloween? How do we come up with purple, black, orange for Halloween? That's first thing. Yeah, I was up thinking about that. Um, but I also one of my biggest fears is dying. So part of the reason, or one of the biggest parts of the reasons that I investigate and do paranormal investigating and this and that, is because me myself, I want proof of this afterlife that people talk about because I'm scared to die. I'm afraid, like, so I was up thinking the other night, and because I couldn't sleep, and I'm like, so what if I die? And like you don't have your conscience. You know what I mean? So like everyone's like, oh, you'll see your loved ones again. Excuse you. Do you want out? Sorry, Roscoe. Um, uh, I love you too. Um, so what was I saying? Oh, so I pictured like just being a ball of light, really, and not really like I can see the lights connecting to each other, meaning like my dad, my mom, my grandmother, my friends, people that have gone before me. They're like our lights connecting. Um and but not but am I going to like am I like how I think right now, am I going to recognize my dad? Am I going to know it's him, like how I would consciously know right now if he walked in this room right now? Like I don't know. Like my mom died, and now like I went through so many different phases of it, like I'm still going through it hardcore. But I was always thinking like, okay, if anybody would if anybody could come back and talk to me, it'd be her, because she believed in this like wholeheartedly. Like she literally believed in this. Like she got me into the paranormal. And I'm like, why haven't I heard from her yet? You know what I mean? Like to me, I'm like, so it's kind of, so I mean, I don't know if you guys recall watching some of the shows, like after she passed, I had some people on that talked about near death experiences, because I wanted some sort of solace to what she went through. You know what I mean? Or, some sort of, you know, answer, and everybody had a different thing, and the people that told their stories, I believe they believe that they went through what they went through, and they were similar but not the stories. um so I literally have to take this might be TMI, but I'm going to say it anyway. I take medicine to sleep, because or else I will be up all night, and the one thing that keeps me up is fear of dying. And you know it's the scariest thing to me. It used to be like that when I was like 10, 11, and 12. And then and I didn't think about it forever. My dad died when I was 22. And when he died, for maybe a day or two, I was like, huh, I'm not scared to die. If he can do it, I can do it. Like not saying I was going to kill myself, but saying like, if I were to die, I'm not going to be afraid because he did it. So I can do it. That went away really quick. And then, and as I'm getting older, it just is so much more like, oh, just there. And because as you're getting older and people around you are starting to suffer from diseases and getting sick and cancers, and then you're like, well, what if I get cancer? I don't want to get cancer. I don't want to, so then you start to spaz about that shit. Or is it just me? Is that just me? I don't know. I don't know. Um, let's see something. Oh, Rob is telling me, no, I'm not keeping his hat. We'll see. Death I don't fear. I'm afraid to be alone. That is scary too. I do think about that because I don't have children. So, I mean, Rob has 3 kids. They're older and they're grown, you know what I mean? But being alone is scary. And that's why I say a lot of times, like, by the time I get to a certain age, um, this is going to sound crazy, unpopular. Nobody wants this, but I kind of want dementia because I don't want to know what's going on. Like, I don't want to worry and think about, because I'm a worrier. And not to be confused with warrior, because I am that too, but worrier. I am a worrier. And I don't know. I just would rather not know what the hell's going on, and I don't want to have to, like, somebody was telling me, one of my great uncles had passed away, and my great aunt was there, and they were saying, she's suffering from Alzheimer's dementia, and she's at the funeral, and they were married 70 years or something like that. Like, I mean, I could be wrong about that, but if they were like they're in their 90s, so they've been married their whole lives. So somebody said that kept saying, why isn't Tom getting up so we can go home? Why isn't he needs to get up so we can go home? It didn't register to her what was going on. And to me, I felt like that's saving her from that pain of losing him, because she doesn't know what's happening. You know what I mean? And it's almost like good that she doesn't know what's happening, because she'd probably die if she knew what was happening, Um, we will be together totally hunting for you. That's true. You better find me. I'm sure. Big Ben checking in from Australia. How is it down under? Yes, thank you. I love my new hat too. Jossie was answering if my conscious. Yes, your conscious is always there. I hope so. Maybe. Zhang. Taryn, you're a very kind person. This may be a small part of you that you don't realize, but as a host, honestly, you always are great with people who popped in. That is something I rarely find on other shows. I'm sure people love you and your show because of your friendliness. I don't know if my grammar is correct. You made perfect sense, Zhang, and thank you so much. I love you. I'm sorry. Yeah. I did the cancer thing. It changes a lot of that fear. Does it? So Jossie, if you don't mind me saying, Jossie is a cancer survivor. And we celebrated her 50th birthday, and at her 50th birthday, she said something that has always stuck with me. She said, I didn't think I would make it here. So she's like, most people hate turning 50. I'm going to cry thinking about it. She's like, but I didn't think I would make it here. So I love that I'm turning 50. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And such a positive, good way to look at it. I'll be 50 in 3 years. But yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't say unless it happens to me. But I always thought that if I ever had cancer, that would just increase my fear of everything. Jossie, I don't want dementia. I don't want you to have it. When I'm like 90, 80, if I make it to 80 or 90, I don't want to know what's going on. I don't have to worry about it. Like, man, I'm like, you think I'm bad now about the fear of death? Like, I literally when I'm like, if I ever make it to like 82, I'm like, holy crap, I'm 82. Like at best I have 10 years. Like I'm not living another 30 years. You know what I mean? Like that would make it way worse. Um, the only family I got left is my mom, who's 82. I know one day it will happen. Yeah, sucks. I'm happy you still have your mom. Um, being an orphan at such a young age is crazy. There's still so many questions. Like you don't think about it until you want to go ask. So make sure if you still have your parents, get your family history, get your ancestry, get questions about your whatever it is that you got to know. Um, unfortunately, my mom missed all her kids getting married. She missed her third grandbaby, that would have been living with her. She missed out on a lot of stuff, and when you want to like call your mom and ask her a question, like I still need to call her and ask her questions, and you can't. So, um, give her a hug for me at 82. She's 82 years young. Fear the living. Hey, I talked about you earlier. No, not at all. Let's go 60 and 70 and 80. Oh, that you're also a cancer survivor, also 51. That's awesome. Um, Jossie says it does bring fear to the surface, but you also find a little peace with it. A little. Taryn, Taryn wants dementia. Listen, I know it sounds crazy. It does. But I mean, think about it. I don't want to know what's going on. And also to add to Farmer, like, you know, I have my nieces and my nephews and, I have, this and that, but I mean, who's going to want to take care of me if I can't take care of myself? You know what I mean? I don't have kids. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. Want to know what's going on. Not at all. Okay. If you have dementia, I'm having fun with you. Okay. That's fair enough. I don't care. That means that you're taking care of me. So I'm good. No need to wait, Jocelyn. She's great to mess with now. True. Chris is good at it for the second time in remission since July 4th. That's awesome. Keep coming. um, Big Ben. Some of you older women are a bit harsh on yourselves. I have seen some beautiful ladies in their 50s and 60s, etc. I do not mean anything when I say it, but you can age like fine wine and still be beautiful. Thank you. Yes, you're right. You are absolutely right. And I'm not worried about like, of course, yes, I'm worried about the wrinkles and all that stuff, but not as much as I am, I mean, like, I shouldn't watch shows like A Thousand Ways to Die. Put it that way. I will be up all night and they'll stick in my head forever. Zhang, I am amazed by Jocelyn's struggle as a cancer survivor. I also had nasopharyngeal and had a difficult to talk for 3 years. That's right, you did. I remember. And that's awesome that you came through that. I will. Am I? No, I'm 47. Wait, what? What are you asking me? Jossie said, wait, am I older? Shoot. Now I'm 47. Hello. How are you? Welcome, Scarborough. So yeah, so I literally, I know it sounds crazy. Can you see his comment? Why isn't it popping up? There he is. So yeah, I know it sounds lunacy. I want dementia. Because I don't want to know what's going on. That's all. Fear the Living says, I'm fairly sure Taryn will end up as an exhibit in the Warm USA. I don't think so. Don't let it happen, Chris. Save me. Someone said older ladies. That's totally me. 52. Oh. Yeah. Well, you're not. You're not old. Just be quiet. 52 is not old. Well, I'm 39. Dunno the age of everyone here. Yeah. No. You're fine. We are older. I know that. I know I'm older, for sure. I'll pay to see her. You would, you nut job. I'm not going to be in the Warrens Museum. Hopefully, I'll be. I would donate my body to either the Bodies Museum, like the Bodies Museum. Either I'm going to be cremated, or I'm going to donate my body to the Bodies Museum, or the body farms. You know how they like put the bodies out to watch them decompose and stuff. I don't know. Scarborough, are we telling our ages? I'm 48, but usually mistaken for younger. That's awesome. I'm not. Or you could be older and sharp like Dick Van Dyke is. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Big Ben, Jossie's teasing you, she said. Oh, we can all hope to be like Dick Van Dyke. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I really don't want to I want to donate mine to a body farm too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would have company all the time. And, I'm not they do different things with it. So I don't know. Either the body farm or the body museum, like the body exhibit, the bodies exhibit. You know what I'm talking about? The one that comes around and I don't know. Or cremate me. Cremate me. I don't even like thinking about it. Now I'm going to be up all night, guys, because we talked about it. Actually, I'd probably be up all night anyway, even if we didn't. But I always think about, what I want to talk about? Now that let's get off of this doom and gloom subject. I put a post up on Facebook a month ago. Not this meteor shower that we didn't get to see. I'm not eating veggies. Jossie said, I'm not eating veggies. Grow in your ash. What? I don't know what she means. I want me to turn. You want me to turn into mulch? Chris, Taryn, would you set an expiration to terminate your life if it was legal? Heck no. Nope. I am too much of a PUSSY to do that. I don't know how people unalive themselves. I just don't have. I mean, I've never been to that mental point. You know what I mean? I can see how someone could do it, but I not knowing where you have to be in order to take that act out. I don't know what type of mental state you would have to be in to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I would be too afraid. I'd be too scared. No way. No. I just want to be gone mentally. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't know what's going on. I want to I'm so jealous of my animals because they don't know what death is. They don't know what death is. They don't know that, they don't have to think about that. They have no idea what's coming. They have no idea. And I love that. I wish that was me. I wish I had no idea. This may be too deep for the brew. I don't know. I don't know why I keep going down this road. I wanted to get out of it. Oh no. Hey Peach. Can I okay. I don't have a guest on, so I'm gonna break this and oh shoot. I have to let him out. Okay, give me 1 second. Come on. I don't know what you want from me. Don't judge me. Come on. Go ahead. Go. If you want to go, go. Go ahead. All right. I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. Anyway, um, let's see. Sorry, I missed some comments. I don't think I don't think the discussion would go here tonight this early in the stream. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm just talking. Um, I'm an honest person and I literally will say whatever. But, you know, so I'm just talking. I'm literally like talking about things that I really don't talk about with anybody else. So why am I doing it on my live? I have no idea. It's just coming out. What are you doing? I still got my cat, Miss Kitty, after 9 years. Oh, onto the post. Let's see, Big Ben. I'm pretty good with my fate, how it ends for me. Only God can judge me, and my life is in God's hands every day. I'm blessed when I wake up. That's awesome. That's a good outlook. That's good. Love your puppers. Me too. Um, so so a couple weeks ago. Oh yeah, the post. Thank you, Chris. Um, oh, Chris. I love you. So I put a post up a couple weeks ago. It was at the last meteor shower. So I'd have to go back and, I did delete the post because I wasn't getting anybody answering me and I didn't want to leave it up. I don't know why. I should have left it up. But anyways, I was sitting out watching the meteor shower. And I pay a lot of attention to, space, and when anything cool happens, I am on it. Meteor showers. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Scarborough. Yes. I was wondering if I was missing some comments. The extra ones are on Facebook. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to share all the comments. I apologize and read them. So I was sitting out now. For years, if there's a meteor shower, I'm out there. If there's a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse, comet, whatever, I am always I'll be out there for hours staring at the sky. I have never seen a UFO, right? I've never seen anything in the sky other than meteors, fireballs, and cool shit like that, right? So I was out there at the last meteor shower, and I know. So Big Ben. So last night, there was a comet. Yeah. Well, I can you see it tonight? So there was a green comet. The brightest was last night what they associated with a meteor shower. And what does it do? It rains and it's cloudy. So I didn't get to see it. So it sucks. So yes, no, I didn't. I have never seen anything. So anyway, I'm sitting out there looking up at the sky, and I felt like for a split second I was in the movie The Truman Show, because I'm looking up at the sky and all I see, and I cannot explain it good enough. I couldn't explain it good enough on my post for people to understand, because people were like posting, "Oh, it's this, it's that." I'm like, that's not what it looked like. That's not it. It was, there were two bright lights that came, like somebody took a pin in the night sky and poked a hole like this and like this. And these bright lights, like, so they were blinding bright. Blinding bright. It was like boop, boop, like this. and they disappeared. I never saw anything else. That's all I saw was like two bright, and when I say bright, like brighter than the sun lights. Boop, boop. Like these two, and that was it. And I go, what the heck was that? I've never seen anything like it. So if anybody has never seen anything like that or has any idea, whether it be scientific, NASA, whatever, please let me know because I don't know what I saw. Um, yeah, I don't, I honestly don't know what it was. It was definitely not, um, no, I did not. The time it was a little pit. I probably did on my post. Maybe I could go back in my trash and see if I can find the um the timing because it definitely made me feel a little uneasy only because I was like, what the heck? I've never seen anything like that. And it was like two flashes in the sky, but I don't know. It again, I've never seen anything like it before or since. And like I said, I watch a lot of I'm always looking at the night sky because of whatever's going on intergalactically, whether it be whatever, meteor showers. I'm so into that stuff. So for me, and I'm sitting there watching, I was like, what the heck? Um, Shut up, Chris. I think they were calling you home. Big Ben. I seen a light in the sky. I have it on my short vids on my channel. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I do wonder what Kenny would think. Maybe, I mean, it's so hard to explain what it was that I like. It's like one of the things where it's like, I wish somebody else saw it because I could probably describe this at nauseum until I'm blue in the face different ways. I wish I can't get it out of my head. I can see it clear as day. I mean, it was so strange and so odd. Um, I can still see it happening, and it was so quick. Um, it just didn't look normal. It wasn't stars. I know what stars look like. They weren't meteors. I know what meteors look like. Um, like, it wasn't anything that I've ever seen before. It wasn't drones. I know what drones look like. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't anything like that. These lights were different. I can't explain them. I'm trying, but I don't know. I don't know how somebody gives an opinion about it when you have to see it to believe it. It's one of those things. Like, I don't know. Kenny will tell you it was Project Module. I don't even know how to say it. Mogul. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Again, I've and you know what? I haven't even. It's hard to even Google it because I'm Googling bright lights in sky, and of course that's such a vague thing. So many things pop up when you try to Google it even. Um, so I mean, I've tried to look it up and see if I could find something that scientifically made sense. Um, or maybe if there was other pictures or video of what I saw, but nothing I found resembles anything I saw. I don't know what it was. Yeah, meteors are cool. Meteor showers are awesome. I love it. I compare that to listening to EVPs because when you're watching meteor showers and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally one goes flying through the air, you're like, oh, that was awesome. Give me another one. And you wait and you wait and you wait, you wait, and you see another one. You're like, oh, it's like EVPs. You listen to hours upon hours of audio, and then you get one, and you're like, oh, okay, I want more. I want more. So it kind of reminds me of that. Fear the living. You can't talk UFOs with Kenny or Florio. They become disappointed. I don't know what it was. I'm not saying it was UFO. It wasn't a flying object. So I don't know what it was. It wasn't anything that moved. It was like somebody was on the outside, like the Truman Show. Like somebody was on the outside, and they took a pin. If picture this is I don't even know, like whatever our atmosphere. And it was like somebody just took a pin and went boop boop. And when they did that, you saw a glimpse of maybe what's on the other side, like these bright. And when I say other side, I don't mean heaven. I just mean whatever's on the other side of this black wall that was there, meaning the night sky. I'm using metaphor. I'm trying to explain it, but and somebody just poked two holes and it was like bloop bloop, and they were brighter than the sun. They were so bright. Trying to try putting the image in the chat PTC along with your question at hand. You might get a different result to Google or reverse image on Google. Yeah, okay, I'll try. It's just very hard when you put that in there. So many different things pop up. But I will try. I'll try ChatGPT. Farmer boy. At night, I'll scan the sky for 1 to 2 hours looking for something out of place. Yeah. I don't do that. Like I'm normally just out there when there's something going on fun. Uh, you know, but I but I'll spend hours out there. And if there's something cosmic going on, all I keep thinking is like if there are UFOs, and what better time would it be for it to happen then when this meteor showers and whatever's going on. No, I don't have a photo. I do not have a photo. It was literally seconds that it occurred. Seconds. I didn't have. There was no time to get a photo at all. If I could get a photo of that, I would have been getting photos of the meteors that were flying by. Because there was a lot of meteors, and that was it was the Perseids meteor shower. So it was in August. It was the night of August 12th into the 13th because that's its peak night. So I was outside after midnight, and I was watching the Perseids meteor shower. It was a bright, clear night. Not a bright color. It was a clear night, and I went out there. And when I first went out there, I probably saw about 4 or 5 meteors right away. So it was awesome. So I stayed out there for a little bit because I was like, I'm actually seeing some meteors. This is awesome. And that's when I saw that, and I was like, what was that? That was crazy. And I sat there for a couple minutes. And then, the fact that you watch a lot of, Unexplained and ID on Discovery and, Unsolved Mysteries and all kinds of stuff like that, you start to think like, oh my gosh, is something watching me, And then you get yourself creeped out, and then I had to go inside. So it was stupid, but yeah. I do too if I'm in a safe place. I don't like the woods. The only woods I can be in is Gettysburg, but other than that, I'm forget the woods. Forget the woods. Yeah, looking stuff up online is like with medical. I have a bump. Yeah. It's so hard because it's so hard to explain. Like how do you I don't know. I got to tell you it's one of the wildest things I've seen. They weren't small lights, they were big, but not bigger than the moon, not bigger than the moon, but bigger than the average star when you look up in the sky, like way bigger than that. And Chris. So Fear the Living, it's like looking up medical advice online. I have a pimple on my eyelid. You may be dying. I have a back itch for 3 days. You may be dying. I belched really loud. You may be dying. So true. Scarborough. I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. In southern New Hampshire, we usually have a cloud over when the cool stuff is going on. I'm glad you got to see those lights. Yeah, I'm glad too. I think I was saying last night we had the once in a lifetime green comet going, it's closer than the moon. It is still 56 million miles away, but closer than the moon. So, so I mean, think about that. That's crazy to me. That's another thing I can't wrap my head around. Like light years, you know what I mean? And to get somewhere, I think I was watching this show. I was watching Ancient Aliens the other night, and they said, you know, there's something that's 4.2 light years away, and to get there, um, in I can't remember the amount of time. So a light year, you'd have to travel 187,000 miles per second to get to something that's 4.2 light years away. Yeah, like this green comet. Yeah, and I think maybe I don't know. I just call it the green comet. Have you ever heard of a guy called Jamie Foxx? Um, I have, but it might not be the same one. Jamie Foxx, the comedian actor, or is this Jamie Foxx is somebody that's in the uh, world of paranormal or unknown? 31 Hours, maybe. I don't know the name of it. It's the green comet. The moon is about 250,000 miles from Earth. Wow. I think I saw that comet last night, Scarborough was saying. It looked like multicolored sparkles in the sky, not moving in the few minutes I was able to watch it. Yeah, they don't. It's not, I think it's said there it's going to be there for a couple of days, but I went outside, and I after I'm done my show, I'm going to go out there and see if I can still see it because they said it was going to be around for a couple of days or a week or something like that. But I think last night was like it would be the brightest, but um, it was cloudy and rainy here, so I couldn't see anything last night. Um, Jamie Foxx is a ufologist. Oh no, I've never heard of him. Um, I was Big Ben. Jamie Foxx is a ufologist. Interesting. I'll have to look him up. Um, So not Wanda Jamie Foxx. That's what I was thinking of. I'm like, I know Jamie Foxx, but it's probably not the same one. I'll have to look Jamie Foxx up. Thank you for that, Big Ben. Oh, Mike, welcome. It's the first time I haven't had a guest. So Mike is the first time watching the live of Paranormal Brew, and I've been on for a really long time, surprisingly. Um, and I have no guests tonight, so it's just me, and I've just been talking about whatever comes to my crazy brain. So hopefully, the next one you catch, I'll have a guest, and you'll enjoy that. um, Jamie Foxx has some interesting stuff on YouTube, and he also has done a series called Chasing UFOs. Okay, I'll have to look him up. Maybe I can get him to come on. I have had on somebody from MUFON. Page is her last name. Katie Page. Um, Paige. She's in a chapter of MUFON. It was really cool having her on. I will say that um, do I believe that there's other life out there? Yes. Do I think they're little green men with do I think they're little green men that have buggy eyes? No. I don't know. I mean, could they? Yeah. But I that's not what I think. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anything's possible, I guess. Um one of the best movies I've ever seen revolving around like UFOs or whatever is the movie with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. It was M Night Shyamalan movie. Um, oh, drawing a blank. That was a good movie. the aliens in that movie were so real. It was scary almost. Um, Let me get to some of these comments really quick. Last comment I seen was during the 90s, during Northern Lights, was going farm. This is Farmer was going on at the same time in Minnesota. Oh, that would be so cool to see. Where did you get that cool hat? Well, funny you should ask, Alex. Um, this was Rob's hat. Rob bought it, and then I kind of really like it more, so I'm trying to steal it from him. He's not here; he's on a business trip, so um, I am taking the hat over. He has popped in a couple of times and said, "Not, no way. We're probably gonna have to fight over this hat." But yeah, I don't know where he got it. I can ask him, and I'll get back to you. Fear of the Living. I'll only care if it ends with him catching the UFO. Kristen, I have one of those stuffed aliens too. Oh, they're so cute, aren't they? Um, let's see, Scarborough. If we're the only intelligent beings in the universe, it would be an awful waste of space. Yeah, it's scary. Like I shared a meme the other day on Facebook where I, said we're either alone in this universe or we're not, but both are equally unnerving, and it's true. Signs, thank you. Oh, I love that movie. Such a good movie. Such a good UFO movie. Everybody's saying it. Signs. Hi, Chai. Thank you, guys. I win. I was first, damn it. Oh, I'm usually working at this time, so I have to watch after work. That's awesome. I really hope you do. Usually, like I said, usually I have a guest on. This week I did not, and I didn't go on last week because I didn't have a guest. But this week I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let it go another week. I'm just going to go on and stop in and say hi to everybody, and just kind of talk. Yeah, Signs is a movie. It's such a good movie. Um, I'm usually into like the ghosty thing or the um the churchy exorcism type movies, like the Pope's Exorcist, the Reich, um, things like that. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, but Signs was like a really, really good movie. I generally like M. Night's movies, even ones with lots of folks pan. Signs is amazing though. Yeah, I like Signs. Yeah, Signs was good. Um, He's had a couple of really good ones. Oh, Big Ben. Put it on your watch list, brother. Put it on your watch list. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's got a little bit of humor in where it's necessary. And I'm telling you, those aliens, ooh, freaky. I can't imagine. Um, but yeah. So I just wanted to pop in, and I didn't pop in. The Village was. I didn't see The Village. I don't think. What I love about M Night is he's always in his movies. He's from my area, um, which is also cool. Is it on Netflix? I'm not sure. Everything's on Netflix, isn't it? I feel like I literally watch true crime documentaries on Netflix. Like I'm always like wanting to watch true crime, and Rob's like, "Can we watch something happy?" And I'm like, "I love true crime. Like I love documentaries, true crime, all that kind of stuff." Yeah, pull signs up for October. It's got scares. Yeah, it's really good. The Village is the scariest movie ever. Like, I have to look this up because I don't like watching movies that animals die, and I also don't like gory movies. I like ghosty movies. Um, I don't watch much TV. Yeah, you got to watch it. It's a good one. I trust you. Trust me. Um, a lot of scenes at the diner room is 70. Oh, thank you, Scarborough. Signs is on Hulu, Disney, and MGM Plus. Oh, see if you can find it. It would be a really good one for you to watch. Well, everyone, I really am so thankful that you guys were here this evening. Again, I am going to try to find my little motivation button in here to continue Paranormal Brew and, just find some guests to come on so it's not just me. Um, but we'll see what happens, and whatever happens is supposed to happen. But again, I will put a little bit more effort into it. Again, I've been slacking a little bit, and that's not like me. So I have to put a little bit more effort back into my into it. So um, I want to thank everybody for being here. All my friends, my good friends, Fear the Living, and Kristen, and my Peaches, and I love you guys and everybody else that's always here. Thank you so much, Alex and Big Ben. Thank you, and for all the newbies that joined us, thank you so much. Hopefully, you'll watch again. Sorry, it was just me, and I was babbling, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of where my head was at. I'm sure I probably said a little bit too much, but I just wanted to, give a little bit. Um, so, thank you guys. Oh, thank you, Fear the Living. Good night, Alex. You haven't been slacking. You're doing just fine. Thank you, Big Ben. Always nice to have you here. Thank you so much. Um, Night, everyone. You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully, next week I'll be back and you guys join me again. If there's anything that you want for me to talk about or have a guest on, just shoot me a message on Facebook, and I will do my best to accommodate. Thank you, Ajing. I love that Paranormal Brew is being watched in Indonesia and Australia and in the United States. Um, I love it. It was a deep conversation, no problem. Thank you, Scarborough, for being here. I appreciate it. Good night. Love you all. Until next time. Sweet dreams.